It's a real pleasure to have you on my show. You speak to us from Kabul, where things are at the moment extremely uncertain. Some girls have gone back to school, returned to school. Some of them have returned to school. Others remain home, according to news reports. What is your feeling now as one of the leading women rights activists in Afghanistan? What will the new Taliban regime bring for the women of Afghanistan?
Well, the new Taliban regime, I hope brings, I'm really hoping they bring end to a war and they bring peace to Afghanistan. I really am hoping for that, especially an end to a war. And then for the rest of it, we can work hand in hand and make this country a much better place for everybody. So that's what I'm hoping for the Taliban to do. Bring an end to the war and work for peace.
Well, today the Taliban spokesperson has said that we will allow women to go to school. It's not clear whether they will allow women to go back to work. Do you think that this is a statement where they will be able to walk the talk, or do you believe that the leopard never changes its spots?
Well, you know, this is something for all of us to wait and see. My hope and prayer, honestly, is to Allah to give him, you know, the feeling in their heart and put it in their heart so that they will work with the women of Afghanistan, let the girls go to school, not stop our ways, and to let us be a part of the society that we are going to be building. This is my hope. This is my prayer. This is what I'm asking. But whether this is going to be happening or not, that is for the Taliban to do, and for the rest of the world to watch, and for us, of course, to see it as well.
When you say the rest of the world to watch, one of the conditions that the international community has put forward to the Taliban is that they should respect human rights, they should respect women's rights. Do you think that these are conditions that the Taliban, the new Taliban, who are now victorious, who are high on their victory, will abide by? Or do you feel that this is something that they will ignore moving forward?
Well, you know, that's the whole idea. The name of the game here is that I hope that they do understand that the world is watching. Because without the help of the world, there is nothing that Afghanistan can do at this point as far as going forward is concerned. And also, at the same time, you know, we are together with them. We are with them. We have given them a hand. We want to be working with them. So I hope that they understand this, and they will be the Taliban that will give themselves a chance, and they will give Afghanistan a chance to be able to work together. I don't want them to be the ones that are, you know, hurting the woman, the same, beating the woman, the same thing that was going on in the old days. That was horrible. And if they want to be ruling a country in peace, if they want to be a part of, I don't care what kind of a name they are going to give. They're going to give them Emirates. They don't want to give them anything they want to call it. I really don't care for that. What I really care is for the people of Afghanistan, for once, with the Talibs, with everybody, to live in peace. This is what I'm asking. So I hope that this will happen. Because we cannot go on fighting like this and warring like this.
Right. What kind of information are you getting? You are connected with women's rights networks across Afghanistan. How have the Taliban treated the women outside of Kabul? Have they allowed them to come back to school? Have they allowed them to come back to work?
Well, you know, the thing is that we are not getting very good information. Don't forget that for them also is completely something new, and they are... For the Taliban also is brand new. They just came a few days ago, and they really haven't settled. In Afghanistan right now, is what is happening is actually they're in the middle of a void. There is a void of government. There is a void of, and as far as the police force is concerned, everything. There's a void here. And in Kabul, especially as a city, as I was telling, you know, other agencies also had really a lot of these criminals in the city. The city was full of criminals, all kinds of criminals. So those criminals right now if the Taliban don't start becoming, even though they are, but if they don't get their power, like, sooner and make it official, the criminals are going to take advantage of the city, and they're going to do things that is going to be really hurtful for a lot of the people of the city. So that's what I'm hoping, that they get into their posts and their positions, and the government will be announced who is the president of this country, who is running the country, because right now we don't know. Right now it's absolutely, there is nobody. It's a void.
We understand there's a lot of uncertainty, and you also expressed your disappointment with the West. You expressed your disappointment with the Ashraf Ghani government. Do you feel that had Ashraf Ghani made a deal 3 months earlier with the Taliban, that you and your citizens will not be in the situation they are now?
Yeah, absolutely. I wish that was the name of the game. I wish it would have ended like that. I really wish so, but it didn't happen that way. And the reason is because of the West, because the West did not consider Afghanistan as a partner, as an equal, to sit down across from the table from Taliban and make sure that they are talking. The West, Zalmay Khalilzad thought that, he is the one that is going to decide what Afghanistan is going to be doing. Iran decided what they are going to be doing. Pakistan decided. The rest of the world decided. The only ones that didn't were the Afghans and the Afghan government. We didn't decide. So this is exactly what happened. But if they had allowed the Afghan government and the people of Afghanistan to really be involved in deciding their future, they would have been solved 3 months ago, 4 months ago, maybe a year ago. It would have been going on. And all of the lives of our soldiers and all of the lives of the Taliban would not have been wasted. I mean, their blood would not have been wasted for nothing. And right now, a whole lot of them died because why? Why did they have to die? Why did my brothers have to die? Why my sons have to die? I don't want to accept that. This is wrong. So this is what happened. But that's because the way the world played its game, and played it very wrongly.
Well, yesterday President Biden made a statement, and he said that the Americans gave millions and billions of dollars in aid to Afghanistan, to the Afghan army, and spent a lot of time training them, but they could not give them the will to fight. And he said that we cannot give Afghan army the will to fight. They did not have the will to fight, and therefore we have to leave. And in any case, whatever time we would have left, it would have been messy. How do you respond to that?
No, that is one of those things, Why wasn't there a will to fight? I mean, if people are attacking us, what is this? I don't understand this whole thing. I mean, they're leaving and they want to still, make sure that the people of Afghanistan hate each other so much that they will still get on each other's necks and will kill each other again and again. I mean, this is very wrong what this gentleman, the President of the United States, is saying. It's very wrong. I mean, what does that mean? The will to fight. The will to fight was killed in them from the day when they realized that there are deals being made behind the scene, that they don't even know. I mean, they're sending these people, and then they're standing there with all of their power and might, and they can fight, and somebody tells them don't. And a call comes from the somewhere, anywhere in Kabul. And you should have seen the way this whole thing was managed. It was absolutely pathetic. And then the United States is saying that the will to fight was killed in those soldiers long time ago. When they started giving them orders left and right, everybody according to their agenda. God only knows what kind of agenda everybody had. This is what I'm talking about. This thing went wrong from the beginning.
So when you say that there were deals being made and that confused the soldiers of Afghanistan, do you believe that the United States should have had at least, if not an interim setup, they should have cobbled together somewhat of an inclusive government and then left? And do you think that opportunity was lost because of the United States, or do you lay some blame on the Ashraf Ghani government?
Well, both. I do believe I do leave the blame on both of them. It's not, as we have a saying, from one, you can't clap with one hand. You have to use both to make a sound. So the United States did not take Afghanistan, the government, seriously, and the government of Afghanistan, did not take its own people seriously. So there you go. This is what happened, and it's exactly this is what happened. So it's everybody's fault. It's the United States' fault. It's the international community's fault, and it's Ghani's fault. All of them.
Well,
and in the end, what happened? A lot of our soldiers lost their lives. That's wrong. They were Afghanistan's boys. They were Afghanistan's sons. And like the same way that Taliban are Afghanistan's sons and boys, if they are Afghanistan's sons and boys.
Well,
we don't want them to die.
Mahbooba Siraj, there are many women like yourself. I've been to Afghanistan. I've reported out of there. There are lots of women who are very brave, like yourself. How are they feeling today? Do they want to leave this country and go away so that they can be safe? Or do they feel that there is still room for them, that they can still speak about women's rights, they can still fight their battle for space in that society and live on in Afghanistan?
You know how much they're really hoping that they will be able to do that. Nobody wants to leave their homes right now, honestly. Honest to God, nobody. I know
बुर्का मैं नहीं पहनूंगी, ये मैं तालिबान को बता रही हूं, और दुनिया 18 मिलियन खवातीन को जो इस वक्त अफगानिस्तान में हैं उनको इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते, उनसे नजरें नहीं चुरा सकते, उनसे बात करनी होगी और हमें इस प्रोसेस का हिस्सा बनना होगा। अफगान औरतों ने बहुत कुछ सहा है और डट के लड़ी हैं। इसी हवाले से हमने ये प्रोग्राम रखा है। अगला सेगमेंट पीसी